Okay, Euro USD. What's the Euro at? Negative 3.3. What's the USD at? Positive 2.6. Okay, short-term direction to the downside. What about long-term direction? Well, long-term direction is questionable, right? Because we know of the inflation issues with the USD. However, our mid-term direction, I would also say to the downside. And we know that the euro is going to see weakness as the USD starts to climb. Okay, so what does that mean in terms of fundamentals? Well, we'll figure that out. Technicals, we'll figure that out in a second, okay? But we're only looking for entry to the downside, that's for sure. Monthly upper, monthly mid, monthly lower, weekly upper, weekly lower. Here we have lower lows, okay? So we can see what? Higher time frame downtrend. Taking it to the weekly time frame. All right. Flow, monthly, weekly. We're not looking for entry on these time frames. What we're looking for is for information. Finish the sentence. Roses are red. What's next? That's right. Violets are blue. Push, exhaustion, push, exhaustion. What should be next? Continuational push. Do fundamentals agree with this? Continuational push. Is there going to be air support coming in? The answer is no. There won't be air support to the upside. There's going to be air support to the downside, aka fundamental support to the downside. So we know that we're not looking to the upside, and that's exactly what's happening. Like, let me ask you a question here. What do you think would have happened at this scenario, right? And by the way, this is exactly why we are winning traders, high probability traders. What did I say here at this point? And I'm sure Jake probably said the same thing in his live sessions because Jake's a great trader too. Okay, so what do we know? We know what? We had the higher time frame push, exhaustion. What was supposed to be next? Continuational push. We even saw a double confirmation, impulse move, retest. Okay, second confirmation of buy pressure, breaking new highs. What did we say here? Why are we not looking for an entry to the upside? We said if we have fundamental support, we will, but we're not looking for entry because fundamentals were flat. Fundamentals were flat. We have better use of our margin on other pairs. And for that reason, we saw that we missed a losing trade. Remember, look, we would have had TP1 reached and then maybe SL moved to entry, but we didn't make it to TP2. And as you can see, price moved it against us really quickly if we were to be in this trade. And this is because fundamental direction takes the cake. We have to swim with the current, not against it. So for all of us who stayed out of this tempting entry to the upside, just want to say really proud of you. Now, are we looking for an entry to the downside? Maybe. I mean, we're going to go through a bunch of pairs. Maybe our margins use better elsewhere. But if we are going to find an entry to the downside, sell pressure needs to break buy pressure at its weekly upper zone. Right now, there is no entry to the downside because we know that there's going to be buy pressure. There's no entry to the upside because we don't trade against the flow, right? We don't swim against the current, only with it. And for this reason, all right, we are moving on to our next pair, which is going to